Hello YouTube. If you've watched my content and other creators and you still feel like you're not climbing, trust me, I know exactly the reason why, and if you finish this video, you will learn what to do. This video might be maybe boring to watch, however, I can promise you that if you follow my steps, you will climb. Now, you might be wondering, why am I watching this video? You're watching this video because you want to improve and climb as fast as possible with the least amount of effort, right? In this video, I'm gonna teach you that, and I would say let's get straight into it. Goal setting. Just so you know, people are paying me 150 an hour for this advice, and of course I go more in depth, but I will always ask them these questions, which is this. Number one, what is your goal? Number two, what is holding you back? Number three, how do you close the gap? And that's it. Now, you might be wondering, what do you mean with each section? And I'm gonna go in depth about that right now. What is your goal? Your goal, I'm pretty sure, is to climb as fast as possible with the least amount of effort. In the end, I'm pretty sure that you want to climb divisions. If you're Emerald, you want to get to Master, you're Master, you want to get to Grandmaster, and so on, right? So you have to first ask yourself, what is your goal? Because if you know your goal, then you can ask yourself, how can I achieve my goal? And that is something we're going to cover later, but you should always ask yourself, what do I want to achieve first? Let's go to the next thing. What is holding you back? If you know what your goal is, you should ask yourself, what is holding you back? Every student I coach has different problems, and let's say as a coach, let's say I recently met you, I don't know if you have, some mental illness that you can't focus in game and you just can't fix it. So you yourself know what's holding you back, so ask yourself, what is holding you back? Is it mental? Is it champion pool? Is it mechanics? Is it not knowing what to work on? Is it not how to review? Ask yourself, write down everything right now, what do you feel like is holding yourself back, and then we're gonna go to the next step. How do you close the gap? Now, if you know what's holding you back, which is being aware of what you lack, now it's time to come with the solution, which is how do you close the gap? In the end, right, what's going to be crucial is that you understand the following, which is mental. If you get tilted because your teammates died to a gank, as usual, because they didn't listen to your ping and it just died, I understand it's so frustrating if laners are dying. However, being frustrated is completely fine. Being tilted is fine. It means you care, and that's normal. However, is it healthy? How much is fine and what's not fine? Because in the end, if you are tilted, you should learn and train your brain, hey, I need to learn how to move on instead of living in the past. You living in the past, whether it's in League or in real life, it's not going to help you achieve your goal, and it's not going to help you move towards your goal. So you need to train your brain. It's like a muscle, right? When you get tilted, you should think to yourself, okay, take a deep breath. What's the next objective I want to play for? Where's the enemy jungle? What's my win condition? Ask yourself, what are the future moves that you need to make to succeed? Mental is the number one thing I highly recommend everyone to work on. I know a lot of you guys, probably 80 to 9%, including you, you're probably working on the fundamentals and maybe your champion mastery instead of your own mental. However, if your mental isn't that good yet, or I would say very bad especially, please work on that first. Train that muscle memory of yours to think, when something bad happens, take a deep breath, move on, what's next? If you can't do that, it's cooked. So that's the first thing you should work on, okay? Now let's go to the next thing. Reviewing. Now, whether you review your goals or not, pay attention. This will help you a lot. Any goal you want to achieve, you need to set daily goals to achieve your goal. If you don't have that, it's going to be very difficult. Now, anything you want to achieve, especially if you want to be in the top 1% or 5%, it's not easy. You want a six-pack? Guess what? You need to go to the gym, you need to eat well, and just knowing that is not enough. You need to be aware, what do I need to eat exactly every day? When should I go to the gym, at what time? If you don't put clear actions into your goals, you're not gonna get it. And just so you know, currently my belly is not a six-pack, but let's say if everyone to have a six-pack, I'll be like, okay, day one, wake up in the morning, eat. My schedule would be like, okay, I would not eat that much on this day. And if I do it every single day, I will achieve my goal. That's the same in League of Legends. Now, let's say that you want to become a millionaire. Guess what? You have to learn skill sets. And those skill sets, hopefully, are skill sets that earn you the most money, right? And then once you have that, you earn money. And once you earn money, you need to think, okay, how much do I need to invest in a year to be a millionaire in, let's say, 10, 20, 30 years, right? But without having a clear goal and without having clear daily steps that you need to follow, you're not gonna get your goal as soon as possible. Now, let's go to League of Legends. Let's say that you want to climb in League of Legends. Ask yourself, how many games a day can you play, right? Because in the end, if you want to be at the top, which I don't know if you want to be at the top, but let's say you want to be at least Master or Challenger or even Emerald or Diamond, right? You need to set time aside and be committed. And ask yourself, okay, today my goal is to play 5 games. Is that more important than maybe chilling with your girlfriend? For some people it might be. And if it's not, that's fine. You should hang out with your partner, with your family. In the end, it's a choice. But if you set a goal, at least you know what's more important for you and how to get there. Besides, of course, having a clear goal, right? And knowing how many games you can play. You should be as well asking yourself, which is, well, what fundamentals should I work on? Because in every single rank, there's different fundamentals you need to work on. If you look at this image right here, you can see that I've rated all the fundamentals. And this is what I think is the most important. This, of course, depends per elo, but you always want to have a very clear goal and how you achieve it, okay? If you don't have that, it's just cooked. So basically that means that nothing is going to happen overnight. If you want certain results, whether it's in game or in real life, you need to put in the hours every single day, and eventually you will get your goal. Remember, life's not easy. I know that everyone wants fast results, but if you want to achieve something special that people actually will be like, holy shit, that's insane, it's not going to be easy. If it was easy, it wouldn't be special, no one would care. So know why you're doing it and know that that's not easy and keep working towards your goal. Next thing we're going to talk about, which is what should you work on now? If you feel like your mental's bad, that's the number one thing you should work on. What's the second thing? The second thing is going to be, if you feel like you lose in skirmishes, right, and you feel like you don't know what to do right, guess what? That's the next thing you have to work on. You want to see, how are you using your abilities? How are you dodging spells? Do you even win the matchup, right? Focus on the small details. So review your fights, review your deaths. Those are the things you want to be looking at. Now let's go to the next thing. If you feel like your early game sucks, right, then guess what? You should look at how you gank before you gank. Is even a good gank? And let's say that if you're going for a gank, you want to see that, okay, am I executing it well? So depending on what you struggle with is what you should work on, but I always recommend, first of all, mental, champion mastery, generating lead, and after generating lead, maintaining a lead. Those are usually the next things you want to focus on. And if you're wondering what's maintaining lead, I'll show you. In this example here, you can see that, okay, I have a game plan. I make sure that my laners are not dying, and then I track tempo. So basically, it's a concept from my mid and late game course, which is the Pacto system, which helped a lot of people, by the way, get to Challenger, get to any other rank, and it helps them so much. And you need to understand what it is and how to review that. And if you're able to make those things in habit, climbing becomes very easy. But those are basically the things you want to be working on. So basically, those are the things you want to be working on. And in the end, you want to make sure you track your progress. If you don't track your progress, it's pointless. So I would recommend you to use the following. Take a look at this. So in this sheet here, which you can see, it has every game you can track, a daily recap, a weekly goal setting to achieve your goal faster. It's in the description below. You can just access it for free. Usually this is only for people that have my courses, but I want you guys to just get the bread, you know? Even if it's just free videos, apply the things that tell you. It will help you so much. If you are like, well, Kirei, I would rather save more time, then you can check out my website. If you basically want to save time, like I have a mid and late game course, early game course, champion mastery course. Depending on your rank, it says in the title what it does, right? For what ranks. I'm telling you, you will save over 1,000 hours of time. If you look at my OpenGG, you see I have 50,000 hours. People that want to achieve 50% of the result or even 10%, you're going to save so much time by watching just a few hours of my courses, so you know exactly what to work on. In the end, I hope that you guys just apply the things I tell you, and if you do that, you will climb, okay? Thanks for watching my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Much love, I appreciate all of you, and see you.